Hello and welcome again to the Blaque School, where this is lesson 6 of the traffic light in Garrett Morgan. These are the materials that I will review in this lesson that you will use to make your traffic lights. This is a book that my son is holding called Dad, Who Will I Be? We got this book a couple of years ago and began reading it to our son, and it was so great when we told him we were going to make traffic lights that he went to his room, got the book, and went to the actual page of where we talked with him about Garrett Morgan. So he had a preliminary idea of who Garrett Morgan was in the books that we have read, in this particular book we've read. These are the materials that you will use to make your traffic light signs. You would need construction paper, red, yellow, and green, and it's kind of a cardstock construction paper, so make sure it's thick enough so it can be used as a sign. And so you would cut a large circle for each of the construction paper, one for red, one for green, one for yellow, and I got enough for each of my children so they could have their own traffic signs. Once we cut the circles, I took pictures of Garrett Morgan that I found on the internet and put it all on one page and cut his pictures so we could then be able to use some glue to be able to glue his pictures on each of the circles so the kids could visually see his face as we talked about the traffic light and the activity that we would eventually go and do outside. Once we put his pictures on these circles, we then took popsicle sticks, which would be used to hold the sign or hold the circles up for our activity. And I used a glue gun because I felt the glue gun would be able to stick more firmly on the popsicle stick and the circle for the kids to be able to use in the activity to hold up each of the signs. And again, it's important to talk with the kids about who Garrett Morgan was and his invention of the traffic light and the colors that are in the traffic light, and help them identify that. So you can see what it looks like at the very end with Garrett Morgan's picture, as well as the popsicle stick that he's using to hold it up. Once we made all of our signs for the traffic light, we then began to play the game of whatever sign that they held up, we would imitate what it meant. So for green, as you can see, they held up green, we would go. If our son held red, we would stop. And so again, you can see our daughter holding up green, and we would move forward and go quickly, just to help them identify the different colors and functionality of the traffic light. And as you can see, they can see the pictures of Garrett Morgan. And so with the yellow sign, we're moving very slowly. And again, when it was red, we stopped and did not move. So it's a really simple activity for the kids to see the functionality of the traffic light, as well as seeing the inventor on their signs. We also turned around the tables and had the kids imitate, and my husband and I would hold up the signs for them to imitate what they meant. So it was a really great activity to do. So I really encourage you all to do this activity with your children. It's great for them to see who Garrett Morgan was with the traffic light, and be able to imitate what those colors mean. So thank you again for joining us in the Blaque School. We hope that you do these activities with your family. Take care. Bye-bye.